Hey, what's up, YouTube? Boswell back with another video for the Husband Code. So I kind of debated about making this video, but it came down to I gotta stay raw with my audience. I gotta stay real myself, and I want to make these videos not only to inform husbands and educate them, but also, this is my life. And the reason I'm sharing this story is just a part of it is me growing up to become more mature as a man and to understand what husbands go through, and so I can just be relatable and help hope that you guys in my audience understand that I know you, which a lot of you guys go through as husbands, and to give an example on what another husband went through and how it affected his life and stuff like that. So tonight I want to make this, and let me say this, um, if my uncle ever see this video, I'm just making sure that he understand that I'm making this video in good graces and good light, not to talk down on him. So, when I was growing up, when I was younger, my uncle got sick with colon cancer, and it really changed his trajectory of his life, in my opinion. Um, so I don't remember how old I was when he got sick, but I probably was like in middle school. Now, really quick, backing up before I go on with the story, my mother died from colon cancer as well when I was younger. And so it kind of runs through my family. So like every year, not every year, like every 2 years now, I get a colonoscopy done just to make sure I'm good. And the last few years has been squeaky clean, no issues. So I'm doing it right. And but fast forwarding back to the story, my uncle had colon cancer and he almost lost his life. And I think this was back in middle school when first started going through like the process um, with dealing with colon cancer. So I think he had got like a lot of surgeries done. Like, I think they cut open his stomach. He had to wear like a bag. They cut his like eyebrows open. Just it was a lot of cancer everywhere in his body. And so he was strong through it. He was down bad, and but that took a big toll of his life. So let me get to the point on how this is relatable, right? So years later, matter of fact, yeah, last year I'm gonna say it was. I went to go see him, and I think it was a little bit after my cousin died. I just kind of got my wits about because I need to tell him thank you, and the reason I was telling him thank you was him as a man when he got sick. Let me break this down to y'all, and this is me now putting myself in his shoes. So at the time, it was 6 kids. It was me and my sister, and then his 4 kids. Right? He had a wife. He had a job. So when he got sick and he went down, I can only imagine, number one, how that affected him as a man, right? Number two, how that affected him as a husband, how that affected his household, how it was ran as the totality of his household, how it affected his relationship with his wife, and how it impacted the relationships and just the outcome of how his kids did. And so I say that to say is when I went to go speak to him, I told him I understood. You know what I mean? I remember when I lost my job, when I got fired from, and I told this story in another video, when I got fired from one of my jobs, how psychologically as a man it started to affect me. And that was me having still the strength, still having the wits about myself, still having the smarts to go out and get another job, and that I can, build myself back on my feet. So imagine when you can't do that, right? You down bad, like you about to lose your life, and you like, damn, as a man, I can't physically get up and go provide for my family, and not only for my family, for myself, just to get up and walk around without needing help, just to move around this world how I need to move and make moves, right? I can't give the love to my wife and intimacy to my wife that I need to because I'm down bad, right? I can't give the love and support to my kids because I'm down bad. And on top of that, now I'm taking care of my sister's kids, which is me and my sister, and they can't get what they need because I'm down bad. You know what I mean? It's just so many moving parts to what happened when my uncle went down, because he was the man in the house, right? And even with that, it's so many other pieces, right? Me and my cousin, we was the oldest ones who recently passed, you know, and in some sense, we had to take on that role of being responsible for the house, meaning like making sure, grass get cut, trash get taken out, keeping the other kids in line to help my aunt while she went to work to now try to put food on the table. You know what I mean? We had to be there to keep stuff running so the house wasn't in chaos. And we still had our lives. I was playing football. Everybody had their thing going on, you know. And who was there when we needed homework to do and we needed help? You know what I mean? Who was there when, I don't know, personal issues was going on? Nobody. And so I don't blame him for that, but it was a crazy situation when he went down. So I say that to the man out there. Um, I feel y'all. You know what I mean? If you ever been down bad like that, and I get it. And it took me a while to mature to that point because as a child, man, you selfish. You like, hey, it's all about me. Especially when there's five other kids there, and y'all all fighting for attention. Y'all just need things. There was two girls, they need things. The four boys, they need things. You know what I mean? Shout out to my aunt because at that point, she had to go to work, and because he wasn't getting income in, right? I'm sure for a little bit, but not the whole thing. And I don't know every detail to it, but I'm sure it wasn't the fact that she had to go to work. Let me know that they needed help. You know what I mean? And so that took away from her kids and being able to be in her feminine, or to be able to nurture and give the children what they needed, right? While the man provided a certain way. So it was just a deep situation, man. And excuse me. And like I told my uncle, man, I get it. I get it. I understand. And I told him, I apologized to him. Was like, look, man, I didn't know. I know. Again, I'm a teenager, right? I'm starting to, start to smell my own, right? What they say, starting to smell yourself and all that. And you growing up through your teen years, it's just a lot, man. You get a little rebellious because this is what kids do. Just everybody goes through that phase, and it was just at a time where you needed a man there to kind of hone and shape, um, as we started to go from little boys to teenagers to young adults into manhood, and we had to get it on our own. We had to get out of the mud, me and my cousin, because we didn't have another man there to kind of show us the way. I don't have a lot of uncles in my family, outside of the one who raised me or whatever. I had one more uncle, but he had his own family, and he had a lot of kids, and he was dealing with other people. We helping all each other out. So yeah, it was no other man in the house. So I think that was actually one of the reasons I left so early, man. I had to figure out on my own. Man, thinking about it now, yeah. I think I made this in another video, was just saying at that point in my life, I just felt like I knew what was best for me. And I couldn't stay under that roof because I needed leadership, I needed direction in life. And there was no man in the house to help me with that. And so I think I opted to say, all right, well, it's time for me to leave the nest. I wish I would have stayed longer, but that wasn't the situation. But like I said, I say that all to say that it was just a crazy situation, man. And it was unfortunate that he did get sick, and it totally changed his life. And he never fully bounced back, you know. And I get it. My mom didn't make it. He barely made it. He's still dealing with even certain issues to this day. I don't know how aggressive it is now, and I don't, know the level at it, but I'm sure, he never, like I said, he never bounced back from it, fully. And like I said, I think that psychologically, man, I was just reflecting back on it, just as a man, how you feel when you can't get it out the mud, when you can't just, because at technically no fault of your own, you really on your deathbed, and you like, damn, just as a man, I can't get up and, make life happen with my hands. I can't walk in my purpose, and it's like, damn, okay, I got a wife at home. She out there, gotta now take on the whole role to hold up the family without my support because I physically can't do it. I can't give her the love she deserves as my wife, right? I can't uphold my commitments. Now, we did say through sickness and health, but she held up her end, but I'm down bad. You know what I mean? And then again, just reflecting back when it comes to your kids, this is the pivotal stages where kids are starting to develop, starting to move, and they got things they want to do, and you still got money that need to come in. Who's helping provide those things? You know, and we got things we want to see and do. So it was just a crazy situation, but like I said, I get it, man. Like now looking at it, like I said, now from a grown man perspective, that's tough. That's tough to deal with. And so, like I said, I respect it. Um, bro was down bad. I mean, what do you do? You know? And I think that's where I stand. I think that I can't speak for nobody else in the house who grew up, but for me, that's where I stand, man. I hated that it happened to him, and it's a sad situation. But I wanted to make this video to share with other men, like, hey man, this is what happens in real life. This is what men go through. This is what husbands go through. And like I said, me as a grown man now, and not as a child, man, it's deep. And it's just a story I just wanted to share with you guys, that this is what men go through every day. And I'm sure there's thousands of other stories that other men probably can share. But, I just felt this on my heart to share tonight, which is, like, I get it, man. Like, a lot of you guys out there, going through it. So I just want to say, man, I appreciate y'all checking out the video today. Drop a comment below. If it's your first time, welcome to the Husband Code. Please subscribe. Hit the like button, hit the notification button. And like I said, I appreciate you guys. Much love. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.